Good evening, esteemed television viewers. Nakhchivan News Information Program is on air. I am Feroze Nouri. First, let's have a glance at the official news. The next conference dedicated to the fight against climate change was held in Nakhchivan. Successive measures implemented in Azerbaijan in the direction of reducing the effects of climate change and the work done in this field were discussed at the conference organized in Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic. The next conference devoted to the fight against climate change was held in Nakhchivan. Successive measures implemented in Azerbaijan in the direction of reducing the effects of climate change and the work done in this field were discussed at the conference organized in Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic. Fuad Najafli, authorized representative of the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan in Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic, Mukhtar Babayev, Minister of Ecology and Natural Resources of the Republic of Azerbaijan, and Khanlar Mustafayev, Minister of Ecology and Natural Resources of Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic, spoke at the very conference. At the conference dedicated to the topic, measures taken in the fight against climate change and the effects of climate change on the environment, use of alternative energy, reports on the goals arising from the COP29 agenda, and their implementation in the Autonomous Republic were held. The conference included panel sessions with the participation of representatives of international organizations in Azerbaijan and local experts. During his visit to Nakhchivan, the Minister of Ecology and Natural Resources inspected the Nakhchivan power station, which was built and put into use in the 40-hectare area of the Khalkhal village. It should be noted that Nakhchivan power plant, Garadagh solar power plant, was considered the largest solar power plant in Azerbaijan until it was put into operation. The Human Rights Commissioner Ombudsman of Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic and the Central Election Commission of Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic held an event on the topic of constitutional foundations of citizens' right to vote. In January-July of this year, 116.8 million manats of taxes were received in the budget of Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic through the State Tax Service under the Ministry of Economy. The Human Rights Commissioner of Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic and the Central Election Commission of Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic held an event on the topic of constitutional foundations of citizens' right to vote. The event held at Nakhchivan State Technical College was attended by employees of state bodies, officials of polling stations, young voters, and the media. The issue of ensuring citizens' electoral rights and improving the normative and legal framework of the electoral system, democratic state building, and ensuring citizens' electoral rights was presented for the first time. Booklets entitled "My Right to Vote" were distributed to youth. A commemorative photo was taken at the end. In January-July of this year, 116.8 million manats of taxes were received in the budget of Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic through the State Tax Service under the Ministry of Economy. According to information, this is 28.7% or 26 million manats more than the same period last year. 122% of the tax revenue focus in Nakhchivan was implemented in 7 months. Love Yourself, Your Valuable project was launched at the Youth Center in Nakhchivan under the organization of Nakhchivan Veterans Public Union. During the first training within the framework of the project, discussions were held to eliminate the consequences of the psychological trauma experienced by the veterans during the Patriotic War. Last week, educational events were held in Nakhchivan on the topic of conflict families, domestic violence, the road to crime, and their prevention. Representatives of regional executive authorities, municipalities, and police officers participated in the events organized by the Prosecutor's Office of Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic and with the participation of the State Committee on Family, Women and Children's Affairs. Ways to deal with negative situations in this direction were discussed at the events, and the effectiveness of mutual cooperation was emphasized. The tourism development plan was discussed with interested parties in Nakhchivan last week. In the State Program for Socio-Economic Development of Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic for 2023-27, which is being implemented at the events, it was stated that the important goals for the development of tourism were defined and development plans were explained.
These destination plans are for 5 years. They are for the whole sector as well as the other connected industries and sectors. So it's setting a roadmap for tourism for the whole of Nakhchivan destination that all stakeholders can get behind. I mean, we're taking a step-by-step approach in terms of how we are conducting our analysis and of the region. We have held workshops already in Ordubad, covering Ordubad Julfa. That was our first stop. Yesterday we were in Shahbuz, and we were discussing about Shahbuz, Shahrur and Khangali. Today we are going to be discussing about Nakhchivan city and Babek region. After this workshop we will be collecting the feedback from all the participants, analyzing what do they consider to be the main issues and also the opportunities. From there we will develop some ideas in terms of what we could put into an action plan for Nakhchivan and tourism, and bring it back for the consideration of stakeholders towards the end of the year. After that meeting, we will then finalize the destination management plan, and it will be handed over. The State Tourism Agency will hand that plan over to the Nakhchivan Tourism Department.
The 9th grade students of the English language specialized gymnasium under the Nakhchivan State University achieved the highest scores in the final exam across the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic. These students were awarded distinction certificates. Internal highways of the Julfa district center have become unusable due to the influence of the natural factors. The State Agency of Automobile Roads of the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic has started major repair and restoration works on the roads in the Julfa district. A new asphalt surface will be laid on the 6.5-kilometer road, and appropriate safety measures will be taken. The ancient Sarshar Mosque, historical architectural monument of the Ordubad city, will be restored. According to the Minister of Culture of the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic, the main arches of the entrance to Sarshar Square and the square itself will be restored. Strengthening, reconstruction and restoration works will be carried out on the total area of 570 square meters. It should be noted that the Sarshar Mosque belongs to the 18th century. By the decision of the Cabinet of Ministers dated August 2, 2001, the mosque was included in the list of the local historical and the cultural monuments. A Stupibas, one of the rare buildings of Eastern architecture, was built in the 17th and 18th centuries. Unfortunately, this miracle has reached our time in the broken form. Therefore, this architectural monument, falling apart due to neglect, needs serious restoration. And fire broke out in the harvesting grain field in the Nazarbat village of Babach district. The fire was quickly extinguished by the forces of the Babach District Fire Protection Unit of the Ministry of Emergency Situation of Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic, preventing it from the spreading to the surrounding areas. As a result, 1.5 hectares of the harvested grain field, with the total area of the 2.5 hectares, was burned. The rest of the site and the surrounding areas were protected from fire. As a result of laboratory examination conducted during the state control measures carried out by the Food Safety Agency of Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic, inconsistency was found in the egg product on sale. During the control measures, 30,000 users' eggs were destroyed.
Esteemed television watchers, that was all for today. Hoping to be together next week at the same time. Thanks for watching us. Goodbye.